Do you guys ever find yourselves watching YouTube, just going down an endless rabbit hole of random videos until you stumble across something so fascinating you've watched the same thing over and over for 8 hours straight? Because that happened to me the other day, and it was Pokemon playthroughs. Actually, it wasn't even a Pokemon playthrough. It was Pokemon challenge runs. I've stumbled across a strange little niche in YouTube where people challenge themselves to beat their heads against the wall with using the weakest, most horrible Pokemon teams ever and hopefully beat the Elite Four and the Pokemon Champion. These people are usually someone like Madrybread or Smallant. They're both very fascinating to watch, and I do recommend their channels if you're looking for something entertaining. But that brings me to this week's video. I decided to draw myself as a Pokemon trainer, and I'm not sure why. I have never actually beaten a Pokemon game myself. I have played Pokemon games, but there's something about them that can't keep my attention. It's pretty much like any other video game I've ever played. I just don't finish them. I will play them, I will get sidetracked, I will do a million different things in the video game except for the main quest. This is especially bad for Bethesda games. But I mean, it happened to Pokemon too. I was with the first generation, which at the time I believe was just Pokemon Red and Blue. I had Pokemon Red. I loved the fire Pokemon. I liked to run around and collect whatever Pokemon I thought were cute at the time. There was no strategy. There was no thinking that maybe a fire type would be weak to a water type. I just collected the Pokemon that I liked. And so I went in that direction with this particular video because I thought it would be cute and fun and I wanted to do something with markers again. And so I quickly realized that if I was in the Pokemon world, wherever that may be, I think it's Kanto or something, I don't know. If I was in the Pokemon world and I was a Pokemon trainer, I would probably have a very select few of Pokemon. And one of the very first ones I would ever probably start hoarding, and yes, it is very clear from this picture that I would be hoarding them, is Sandshrew. Funny enough, I did not realize that Sandshrew was actually a mouse. I probably should have. It's kind of in the name now that I think about it. But I always thought they were some sort of weird little armadillo thing. I guess it's like the plated armor. But they're actually some sort of like little mouse type Pokemon. Kind of like a Pikachu, but better. And so I figured if I were in the Pokemon world, I would probably just have a house full of those things. And I would seriously just be sitting there cuddling them. And so it started with an idea of, you have a Pokemon team of 6 Pokemon. Cute enough. Well, you can have more than 6, you just battle with 6. So I figured I would go and have them do cute little things. So of course there's a fat one eating chips, there's a couple playing in a sandbox, and there's a few gardening because I very much like to garden. And there's a Bellsprout being held hostage and a planter. So, I mean, apart from being a Pokemon hoarder, which I don't know if that's a crime in those games, but I'm also like, that poor Bellsprout, I don't know that it would like being held in place for very long. So it was just kind of a cute idea that came to me. I just wanted to draw something adorable to kind of lift my spirit since I've been a little bit down lately. I figured it's cute, it's colorful, let's go for it. Let's see how the colors lay out. I've got this new paper that my mom sent to me. It's not even a full sheet of paper, but it worked magnificently, and the alcohol markers were sucked up so bad on this paper. It was ridiculous. I mean, the second I put it down, it was basically dry. So that was good because it didn't bleed anywhere near as much as it normally does, but I'm pretty sure it bled a couple of my markers dry. So I had some fun with the OHUHU alcohol markers, and I do feel a little bit better after having completed that piece. And I think I might do some in the future. Maybe I'll switch around some Pokemon types. Maybe I'll just draw my Pokemon, self collecting different types of Pokemon finally. Which brings me to a very important question. When you were a kid, or when you play them now, what is your favorite Pokemon to use? Do you do the challenge runs where you have to beat the entire game with like a Magikarp or a baby Pokemon? Let me know down in the comments because I'm really curious. I would never partake in challenges myself, but I would love to know if you have a video floating around out there because I would definitely give it a watch. They're very amusing. I also have to say that one of my favorite challenges to watch is probably the No Poke Center challenges. It's really interesting to see how innovative people can be trying to keep themselves active in the game without having any way to heal or refill their power points. I also think going forward, I might do something with a couple extra Pokemon, maybe like a Arcanine or a Marowak and Cubone. Those were some of my other favorites, and it's kind of a shame to leave them out. I mean, come on. I can have multiple Pokemon on a team. So I think I might go forward and do another Pokemon picture down the line, but right now I think I'm gonna have to go sign off and dig around to find an actual game. Maybe I'll start one and actually finish one for once. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and definitely subscribe to the channel to see anything else I have coming at you. I do upload weekly on Sundays right now, so go ahead and give me a like, and I will bring you something fresh next week. You guys have fun and be safe.